This is Prime Crime Network.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
A very deadly crash. At least 8 people dead after an SUV plowed into a group at a bus stop outside a migrant facility. This happened on Sunday. The group is believed to have been mainly asylum seekers, mainly from Venezuela. In fact, officials are investigating whether the crash was intentional. No motive described so far. Brownville's chief of police unveiled the suspect's name and the charges he faces. This was just a few moments ago, in fact. Take a listen.
34-year-old George Alvarez. He's being charged with 8 counts of manslaughter and 10 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. His bond was set at $3.6 million. The incident happened on Sunday at around 8:30 a.m. Investigators say Alvarez ran a red light, lost control, and plowed through a group of migrants waiting on a bus. The police chief said 6 people died on scene and 12 were critically injured. That number has now climbed to 8 fatalities, and here's what the chief had to say about the suspect.
George Alvarez is a Brownville local with an extensive rap sheet. He has been formally charged and arraigned with 8 counts of manslaughter.
And again, we know Alvarez went in front of a judge this morning. We're waiting for that video to be released by the police department. The chief says there is a pending toxicology report. And I know it was believed that the suspect might have crashed into the group intentionally. The police chief says they're still investigating that and have not ruled out that as a possibility. Now, we've spoken to several people here, some of them relatives to those family members. And of course, we're going to bring you guys the very latest and their story coming up.
Prime Crime Network.
It was exclusive.
It was an intense day across Westmoreland County after the reported disappearance of Chloe Stein, a 23-year-old police were told was about to graduate on Saturday from Penn State Greater Allegheny.
There was a scare that went on through the entire community.
But after more than 20 hours of searching for Chloe Stein and questioning as many people as they could, police concluded Stein's disappearance was all a lie. That lie included the report she was a college senior, a detail that can be seen on her Instagram bio reading PSU 23.
One of the things that came to light while we were searching for you was this college thing. This college, your family thinks you're graduating on Saturday. That's not happening. You know you're not graduating on Saturday.
I reached out to Penn State Greater Allegheny this morning. They tell me Stein hasn't been enrolled at any Penn State campus since the fall 2018 semester. That is one of the big reasons police changed their approach to this investigation.
Now all of a sudden, as an investigator, we're thinking, well, wait a second, there's alternatives. There's reasons for her to quote unquote disappear. To escape life.
Police say the lies didn't stop there. After being taken into custody, police say Stein even gave herself some minor injuries and told them she had been pulled over, held at gunpoint, and blindfolded. Stein's attorney released a statement saying his client and her family are grateful for the support and kindness for all concerning recent events, and to that end, they respectfully request privacy at this time. Despite saying her claims about being abducted were a lie, state police say they wouldn't have handled anything differently for a missing person investigation.
Anger is not necessarily how we feel. We feel relief and we feel disappointment that somebody would choose those decisions that she made.
First tonight, a
Prime Crime Network.
was exclusive.
First, we start with an attempted kidnapping reported at Heria Elementary.
The school sent a letter to parents saying around 7:45 Wednesday morning, a student was walking to school when a man attempted to lure that student into his car. A parent saw what happened and intervened, so the man drove away.
Really scared me, honestly. It really, just knowing that someone was trying to kidnap these kids really frightened me.
Oh, I'm so sad to hear this in our community. Times are really getting bad.
So it's very scary and dangerous for our children. We need to be more careful.
The school is asking parents and grandparents to talk to the children, make sure they're familiar with the safety measures against stranger danger.
We tell her how teenagers can actually go up to a little girl and act like they're their friend and kind of lure them in. So we tell her, you can't be, which is so sad, you can't be friendly to strangers.
I pick her up and she knows never to go home with any stranger because they have a secret code And if they don't get the secret code, they know that person is not the person to pick them up.
The school also included safety tips in the letter, such as stay away from strangers, keep more than an arm's reach away, use the buddy system, report suspicious activity, be aware of your surroundings, and if a stranger grabs you, do whatever it takes to get away.
Prime Crime Network.
It was exclusive.
The FBI believes that the shooter, 33-year-old Mauricio Garcia, was working alone. Law enforcement sources say he was in the Army in 2008 and removed because of mental health concerns. Last night, agents searched an extended stay motel in Dallas where they say he was currently staying.
We've been piecing together a picture, a disturbing picture to be sure. The ATF, they've been looking into how and where he got those guns. The DPS, they're heading up the investigation, and the FBI and the Dallas Police Department have been providing assistance. But at the moment, we have more questions than answers. Behind the door of this motel room lived a man who committed a monstrous act. His name, Mauricio Garcia. He's a 33-year-old gunman killed by a police officer at an Allen outlet mall. But not before police say he killed 8 people, including children, and wounded others.
Just got that weird vibe from him, like somebody, just kind of, it's not all there.
Garcia had grown up here in Dallas. Neighbors described him as odd.
He just looked a little off.
Law enforcement sources confirmed to both WFA and ABC News that Garcia served in the U.S. Army in 2008, but he was removed due to mental health issues. Sources also say Garcia espoused an extremist right-wing ideology and disliked people of color and Jews. Garcia didn't have a criminal history. Sources say he'd been a licensed security guard and was working in an aluminum supply company. On Saturday, he drove to the Allen Outlet Mall.
Where is the zone that we're going to try to move these victims to?
Police dispatch audio recording the deadly chaos that followed.
I don't know where he's at.
What's clear is he came already heavily armed. WFA exclusively obtained a search warrant affidavit that says police found several additional handguns, long guns, and ammunition inside his 2014 gray Charger. Police had obtained the warrant to search Garcia's motel room, looking to find additional weapons, ammunition, and electronic equipment. It's not yet known what authorities found. Will we ever know why the man who lived in this room did what he did? And even if we find out, it won't bring the victims back.
Prime Crime Network.
The court will now call the matter of the people of the state of California versus Carlos Reales Dominguez.
Carlos Dominguez making his first court appearance today.
Is Carlos Reales Dominguez your true name, Mr. Dominguez?
Yes. The 21-year-old is accused of 3 separate stabbings, killing 2 and sending a third to the hospital. That second stabbing happening here at Sycamore Park, where a memorial grows for Kareem Abu Najm, with several people paying respects as that suspect is in court.
Carlos Reales Dominguez did willfully and unlawfully kill a human being, to wit, DB, with malice aforethought.
He's now facing 2 murder charges and an attempted murder charge. Dominguez, represented by a public defender, pleading not guilty to all counts. The only words Dominguez used during the arraignment were yes and yep in response to the judge's questions.
Do you understand all that?
Yes.
Yes, and have you talked about that with Mr. Hutchison, your counsel?
Yes.
Okay. And you're okay with it?
Yes.
And his demeanor calm, keeping the same straight face through the entire proceeding. He will remain in jail with no bond until his next court hearing.
Thank you for watching Prime Crime Network, your source for urban and suburban and around the world news. Hit the subscribe, like, and the notification bell. And check us out on PrimeCrimeNetwork.com.